Hello, everyone. As you can probably tell, we are not live. As with everything else, we're having some technical issues that we have to look into, so we want to apologize for that. But hopefully, within the next week or two, we can get some things worked out. It's the service that we're using, so we'll get it fixed as soon as we possibly can. But we're recording again, and tonight we're going to record it and we're going to send it straight to you guys. So we're excited to be here. We've gotten a lot of good feedback, and we really do appreciate the feedback we're getting. And whether it's good or bad, doesn't matter. Just feedback is feedback because we're trying to do good by the community and those that are listening. So you might not like everything we say. And like I say, when we go live, you guys will be able to interact with us and we'll be able to kind of figure out what's going on out there. But for right now, you just have Casey and Michael talking. So we love you guys. And I just want to let you all know that tonight we're going to be talking about marriage and the different facets of it. So Mr. Jones, do you want to go ahead and kind of input before I go move forward?
So, how to have a lasting marriage. How to have a lasting marriage. So we're going to dive into that tonight, as Michael said. We're just talking, y'all. We're just talking. We're diving into a lot of pieces and parts of the dynamics of marriage. So we know we're not live, but please feel free to send any questions or comments. As you can see on the bottom of the screen, let's talk kcmike@gmail.com. We'll try to answer anything that we can, and trust us, if we don't have the answer, we will get the answer, whether it's from a professional, whether it's from scripture, whether it's just from life occurrences. But we just want to try to be a blessing. We just talking, man. So you all are just basically in the room while we talk. So how do we have lasting marriages? You're at how many years?
We're at 22. It'll be 23 next week.
22, and I'm at in next month. Well, actually, August is right here. August 15th will be 27 years. So I think we have come from families that have displayed longevity in marriage. Longevity in marriage doesn't always equal to a lasting, fruitful, and loving marriage.
Absolutely.
And the key
can be two different things.
It very well can be two different things. And I think a lot of that is based on what scripture says is being equally yoked.
Yep.
Equally yoked. I think, first of all, we have to make sure that faith-wise, we're on one accord. What we believe, how we're gonna rear our children, how we're gonna deal with our finances. It's all communication and honest communication. When you're dating, you're telling and you're impressing, and you want to put out the best light. And sometimes that doesn't always equal to who you actually are.
Because you be lying sometimes.
Sometimes you be lying. Sometimes you be lying. When you're dating, you may go somewhere and spend a whole lot of money to impress, but when you're married, you're on a budget. We can't go there. We can't go there. But I think if we look at what honestly is the fruits of the Spirit, if you go by the fruits of the Spirit, and I ain't trying to say I'm all verbatim, but I know there's love, there's patience, there's joy, there's kindness, there's long suffering, if I'm not mistaken. All of those things line up with a lasting and loving marriage.
Absolutely.
If we utilize all of those things in our marriages, one of the things that basically is a telltale of a loving marriage is, are you cherishing your partner? Cherish is a whole different type of love.
Yes.
When you cherish,
yes.
I just always want, we cherished things when we were young.
Absolutely.
We cherished vehicles, or we cherished a favorite toy,
Yep.
and we couldn't wait to spend time with whatever it
Yes,
was
yes,
that we cherished.
absolutely.
And I don't know if a lot of marriages continue to cherish,
Yeah,
beyond that first stage of those first 5 to 7 years. And some don't even make it that far, but go ahead.
that is true. And full disclosure, I've been married, but I was divorced, and we don't need to get into all of that. So, um, no marriage is perfect.
Right.
Again, I was previously married. Obviously, it didn't work out for whatever reasons. And we'll get into that. But I just want to say that Casey and I are talking, and it's important that everybody knows that you're coming from our point of view, because
Right.
as I'm sitting here thinking, when I start talking, I like to think that I'm truthful and I'm trying to be honest, but sometimes I say stuff I'm not supposed to. So I'm going to say some stuff tonight that's probably going to get my wife mad at me, because I just started talking. But I want everybody to understand that no marriage is perfect.
No.
No marriage is perfect. Like Casey said, it's about communication, it's about cherishing, it's about loving, it's about giving your all. And it's easy to say that, but it takes work. It takes work. So um, so let me go ahead and just get myself in trouble real quick, and then hopefully I can make up for it as time goes on. So as you guys know, and I'm going to say again and again as we begin to have these discussions, I'm in therapy. Started in therapy because of my brother, but then we got into other things about my marriage and things of that nature. And so, being married, you are two totally different people coming from two totally different backgrounds, and so you're going to merge those things. So I'm gonna go ahead and just add a little bit. When you're dating and you're getting ready to be married, just because somebody good looking and they fine and they whatever, they could be a total maniac. That's why you should date and know who you are with, as much as you can. Date and get as much as you can into it. So okay, here I'm gonna get in trouble. So while I'm in therapy, I'm in therapy, my family is extremely touchy feely. We are very I don't know what's the word I'm looking for, because this is a simple word.
Good. Touchy feely is fine.
Touchy feely.
Hugs,
That's who we are. My
yeah.
wife family does not tend to be that way. And so to me, I was like, I figured, if I can just keep showing you this is who I am, I'm loving you, and I'm affectionate. That's the word I was looking for, affectionate. I'm super affectionate. This is who I am. And so since I was doing that, I was like, well, maybe I can make my wife more affectionate. Yeah, that's not how that works. So I had to understand that just because I'm bringing something to this marriage does not mean that my way is right. The way I was raised is good. The way that my wife was raised is bad. It's just that we didn't line up. And so don't get me wrong. Eventually, I broke her down, and now she's affectionate. It took some while. Took a while, and sometimes I'm overly. I play and I joke, but I'm affectionate, and that's kind of who we are. But um, we learned that we are different. We are different people. Tanya and I, we rarely get into arguments. Maybe because we've just gotten older and so on and so forth. When we have disagreements, it's usually you've been married so long. It's like, okay, is this worth this? And I think we've got to a point to where we can say, okay, look, we're able to talk things out. We're able to tell each other how one another feels, and so it is easier now. And like Casey was saying, we cherish each other now. Through there have been times in our lives where I'm like, no, I can't take it. And Tanya's gotten tired of me. And she's like, I can't take it. This is no, we're just not going to do this. And because that's part of marriage, you got to get through those things. You got to get through those things. Now there are some things in a marriage that are unforgivable from my point of view. If a man hits a woman, if a man abuse a woman, or if a woman abuse a man, I mean, because sometimes a woman can do stuff to a man and knows that I wish you would hit me because you're gonna go. It feels like I'm rambling. Am I rambling, cuz?
Well, no. Go
Okay.
ahead.
And so you you have to give your all. Marriage is not a part-time deal. It is every day you leave, you go to work, you come home, this person is there. And so you have to learn to compromise, to love, to like Casey said, cherish, be loving and kind, because when you do that, you get it back. And so when we got married, I was coming in, my head wasn't right. We got married, and I was thinking a certain way. This is how this needs to be. This is what I came from. I'm not going to do that anymore because this is how it's going to be. And you know, me getting married to Tanya, and she's like, no, you're just not going to come in thinking, because it's not just you, it's me too. And so for me, if my family, we can be very stubborn and very hard head and so many things. So it took me years to be able to put my head around the fact that your way isn't always right. What you think, just because you think this and you think that, and it was not always right. And so I had to, through therapy, and I'm still going through it. I had to look at me first. And we have said and done things that we probably shouldn't have said and done, and we regret those things. But you come back from those things and you talk through them, and you'll be amazed that when you love and cherish and you are connected with someone, the things that you can talk through and the things that you can overcome in marriage. So I'm done with that. You can go ahead, because it feels like
You said something earlier on that I do want to tap into. While you were talking, you said that I wanted to make her this way. I don't remember verbatim, but you were talking about being touchy feely. You wanted to get her a hug and show that, that PDA, basically, or PDA the other way, private display of affection, public or private. Sometimes people don't come from that. And how was it? You said eventually you won over. How was the transition, or is it still like, do you feel like sometimes it's just a give in, or like let me go ahead and hug, he wants to hug, or is it something that now you feel like she realizes that this is a love language for you? So
okay,
are you submitting to my love language right now, or are you just, all right, let me get a hug?
in the beginning. So again, therapy, my therapist said, try this, try that, talk to her, give her room. It was I think she did it because she was like, this is what he wants. And so I'm just going to do this because this is what he wants. And it lasted for like a week or two. Then it went back to where it was. And so, and I'd be like, you just did that to try to appease me. So we'll be done, and so on and so forth. And that was the result of some of our arguments. It was like my thought was, if you loved me, you would want to lay on me. You want to do this, you want to do that. But in Tanya's, and she and I had a discussion about love language. I don't usually do the love language thing, but I'm going to go here. Tanya is by action. She makes my lunches. She makes sure I have everything I need. There isn't a time where I am wanting or needing something from her, because she knows what I need and what I want. And so for her, it was I'm doing these things, and that's how I show you that I love you. But me, I was like, I'm not asking for that stuff. I'm asking you to come over here and rub my back and because that's how I do you. And so it was, and it still is, a work in progress. But now I don't think she does it because like, oh, this is what she wants. I think she does it because she was like, okay, I think that this is something that he really wants, and it's not a chore for her anymore. And so I am trying to, and I'm still in the process of saying, I know Tanya loves me. I was trying to make her love me the way that I thought that I needed to be loved. So I think I need to be loved this way, but that wasn't how she was loving me. So the thing is, it doesn't make hers any less. It didn't make hers any less. But in the beginning, I thought that it did. In the beginning, I was like, because you aren't doing it the way that I'm doing it to you.
And I want it be.
Yeah,
And
I do stuff for you, and I mean you do stuff for me. I understand, but I'm affectionate, but you're not giving me
and you're not. So I'm affectionate, and you're not. This is the way I love, and since you're not loving the way I love, you must not love me quite like I love you.
That's it. That is it. And so
and I think that's a trap. And I don't think. I know that that's a trap and a trick of the enemy.
Absolutely.
Because the strongest bond we would ever have, or we should ever have as humans outside of the bond with us in Christ, is our spouse. Because the scripture says where there are two or three. Well, when you're married, you automatically got two.
Yeah.
You automatically got another warrior against the enemy.
Right.
So when he can come and he can destroy, and that's where he starts destroying. He starts destroying in the mind. So when he comes and he can destroy what you feel about her, because her feelings for you aren't being honored the way you want them to honor you, it kind of takes you to a place where it's not, we don't even love each other. Now we're not getting along. Now we're not liking each other. We're spending less time together. And that's just how it works.
Yep.
That's just how it works. If we don't reel it back in and realize, she's loving me the way that she loves.
Right.
Like, I think most marriages have that little space where we expect something, but we haven't said it.
Yep.
We want it so bad, but we haven't let the other person know.
Yep.
Like, you're supposed to know. We've been married so long, you're supposed to know. Well, that doesn't translate when you got, marriages now aren't like they used to be. Two parents are out working all day. They're dealing with work stress. They're dealing with deadlines. They're dealing with meetings. They're dealing with school kids. They're dealing with so much. Whereas a mother is not sitting home raising kids most time and just waiting on her husband to get home. And, it's just not many families are made up that way now. True. There are a lot of them still, but even then, you have to understand the balance that it takes to show each other love. And I think most of all, it takes paying attention and really being.
Absolutely.
It takes paying attention, because if we go somewhere and I always get the same thing to eat, and my wife decides to surprise me with something to eat, and she brings me something that I've never had, and I already told her during the day, well, I haven't eaten since noon, and it's 6:30. You brought me something that I've never had. I'm going to eat it. At least I'm going to try it. But I think marriages work in a way that we start working against what's best for the marriage. Like, surprises ain't always best when there's a need.
Exactly. Wow, that's good. That's good.
Surprises aren't always best when there's a need. Like, my wife knows you're my best friend. All right. If I'm tired and if I'm longing for my wife, don't come and tell me Michael on the phone. Like, not that this happens, but listening and paying attention to the situation, whatever it is.
Yep.
Whatever it is, I think a lot of marriages have failed to do the most important thing, and that's make the spouse the most important thing. Absolutely. The most important person.
Absolutely.
The most important person. I can remember the day I got married. You were there. You were in my wedding. The day I got married at our reception, I told my family that I loved them. I will always, honor my parents no matter what. I'm going to always, pick up the phone when they call if I can. I'm not going to, just turn off everything for family and friends. But from that day forward, she's first. She's going to always be first. That means she's first regarding you all, mom, dad, siblings, friends. She's first regarding our children. She's first regarding everything, like everything other than Jesus Christ.
Yeah.
She's going to come first.
Absolutely.
I'm going to make sure that.
As you should, as we were told to do.
That, and I feel like, and this is my feeling, I feel like when we really understand what cherishing means and understand how much he loves us, because that's an unconditional love that I've grown to understand, that I have developed over time. Like, I don't think I would be able, I don't think I would be able to answer the question if my wife said, "Why do you love me?" Now, I can tell you what first attracted me to you. I can tell you what I really like about you, but I don't think I can tell you why I really love you, because then it becomes conditional. So if I say to you, "I love you because of your smile," what happens when you get old and you ain't got no more teeth? If I love your long silky hair, what happens if you have to go through chemotherapy and it's gone? If I love you because of these things about you, that means they're conditional. That means, like, I love you because you agree with me all the time. I love you because you don't like to argue. I love you because you're submissive. I love you because you're respectful. I love you because you can cook. I love you because you look good. If
you put it in a box, start to put it inside of a box, and so it's exactly. I see what you're saying.
If we take those things out of the equation and just allow that love to manifest for everything of what you are in my life, what more importantly, I'm loving you because you're a gift.
Absolutely.
I think a lot of marriages don't look at their spouse as a gift. You're a gift.
So I have a question for you. So here's the question. I agree with everything you said. So I want to kind of interject. So would you agree first that things are different now with the generation getting married compared to the generation before us?
Yes. In so many words, we can come back to that, but yes, I want to answer your question. I want to make sure. Yeah. Okay. But yeah, definitely.
So this is kind of where I'm coming from, just to kind of take away from that. From my experience, from things that I've seen, I mean, Tanya and I went through struggles. I mean, we got married. Truth be told, we didn't have anything. We didn't have a lot. I mean, we had jobs or whatever. We really came in from, other relationships and so on and so forth. Got married, didn't really have anything. And so to me, I think that, and a question is coming out of this, I think that the struggle, the things that we didn't have, that we had to build together, it feels like it meant or means more than today, when nothing's wrong with getting your education, nothing's wrong with saving money. I think that's wonderful. But it seems like the mentality is, I need to make sure that I'm good. I need to get mine. And so here are my expectations. So you need to have this, you need to have that, you need to look like this, you need to do whatever, you need to do like that. So do you believe that mentality of today is detrimental, or of having things and hey, we're set, so now we can do this? Or do you think it's better when you go through a struggle and build up? it sounds like I'm favoring one, but
Oh no,
what?
I mean I completely understand what you're saying, and you can have a loving relationship on both accounts. I think it builds a foundation when you're building together.
Mhm.
When you're building together, I think there's a lot of uh, animosity a lot of times when one is already established, or either both are established. I have this already, I'm this already, I have this, I have that, I have this property, I have that land, I have that house, I have this and that and the other. To me, it's almost like um, take actors or athletes or doctors, surgeons, or anybody that's you know very, very wealthy.
Mhm.
It's hard to know what another person is there for.
Yep.
It's really hard to know what another person is there for. That's why you always have these relationships where actors date actors because
Mhm.
they know what to expect. They know I'm going to be filming for 3 months. They know how it is. We may not see each other, but once every 2 weeks, just for a brief moment, we'll meet up in Vegas and spend a night together, and then we back
Yep.
off the film.
Yep.
But it's very seldom as well do those relationships work.
Yes. Yes.
Very seldom do those relationships work. I think when you're able to build, it's just that. It's a foundation.
Yes.
And once that foundation is built with the with the proper materials, it's hard to destroy it.
Yes.
It becomes very strong, and the
Yes.
longer it sits, the stronger it gets.
Yes.
So, um, if you, I think if you build from the ground up, and your relationship won't crumble due to the stresses
Mhm.
of having to build,
Yep.
but you're not going to be able to go where everybody else goes.
Yep. Yep.
If you don't look at what everybody else has, if you don't look at how they look like they're getting along, or if we just be us, the best version of us, and have our own personal goals, I think those marriages are, to me, the ones that I've witnessed. I'm just going off of what I witnessed. I ain't got no
Understand?
data. I ain't got no statistics. I ain't did no research. I'm talking about what I've seen in the couples that I've seen
Yes.
in my 50 years
Yes.
of living,
Yes.
and the experiences that I've seen. So I think a lot of people, when they have things, when they come in, there's a lot of I, a lot of people get with people for what they can be
Yes.
and
Yep.
not who they are.
Yep.
So when you get with somebody that already is,
Mhm.
that's even scarier for the person that has.
That's right. Yes. Yep.
So, it's I don't know. I'm certainly not wealthy,
Yeah.
so I don't want them problems.
Yeah.
I
Yeah.
like I like where we are in life, and I feel like that foundation was laid, that struggle was there
Mm-hmm.
early on, and then
Mm-hmm.
you just lay out the goals and you encourage each other and you keep growing together. I think a lot of people aren't at peace with what they have. It's a rat race. Everybody trying to get the next thing.
I agree.
Everybody trying to get the next big house. Everybody
People
want
aren't
the
content.
next big car.
There's no contentment. So
It's ever changing.
let's say that I make, I don't know, let's say I make $50,000 a year, and my wife makes 50,000. Let's say we make $100,000 a year. We have a house that's whatever, and you're coming home and you're loving each other, and you there's nothing that there's nothing wrong with that. And I think that the mentality sometimes is we got to get more. We have to get more. And I don't know how people budget. I don't know what they do, but there's always this constant. We have to do more. We got to get more. And so few people are content with, my wife loves me. I love my wife. The kids
Right.
are doing good. So why would I go get two extra jobs so I can be away from them so that I can make more money? to do what, and don't get me wrong. I understand we got to make money. And if they gave me a raise tomorrow, I'll be like, oh, thank you, Jesus. And I'll do things I need to get a raise and so on and so forth. But to sacrifice your family to get more, and so you keep trying to get more, and then you're 60 and you know your body is telling you, hey, you're tired. So
it's at the expense of real family. It's at the expense of experiencing your family. You're sacrificing for them. It's so many parents, as you just said, they get older and what they realize is I worked all that time giving them everything and I didn't give them more of me.
Right.
I didn't give them more of me. I didn't spend the quality time, the time that I tell my team at work, man, y'all go home to your families, enjoy your families, because when something happens, if something happens, you know, the job may send you a card. They may send you some flowers. They may even show up to the service.
But they're going to keep on trucking.
Your seat is going to be taken.
Yeah.
Within the next couple of weeks, as soon as the interviews can get done, there's going to be, spend more quality time with the people that are actually going to miss you. That should be husband and wife first, children, and then everybody else. And then everybody else. And I really think that when we talk about just the way the home is constructed, you went on something now I can't remember because I wanted to stop you, but you was on something good. So knowing that the way marriages are constructed, if we put the effort in, and not dial in so much on what we can get, what we can gain. There was just a quick story. You were talking about getting the next thing. And I don't know if this person is going to watch or not. I'm not calling any names, but I can remember a time when our daughter was younger. She went to stay with a friend whose parents were wealthy. Wealthy. We didn't allow our kids to stay the night with a bunch of people. So, you know, if she came home, she spent that afternoon, and we went and got her later that evening, and she came home and was, oh, they have this, oh, they have that, they have so and so. I won't say exactly what it is because people might know, but they had this, and this went to there, and it was all. It's like, okay, well, that's a great goal to have for a family. That's awesome. I love it. Then a few weeks later, this young lady that she went to spend time with came to spend time with us. And our modest little home out in the country, we were just a family, you know. We sat down to eat dinner, and the young lady, she wasn't a young lady at the time, she was a teenager, began to cry. And I asked her, I said, you okay? What, I mean, is everything okay? I'm like, do I need to take you home? You know? And she said that she never sat down and ate dinner with her family. This is a child at the time, I believe was about 13 or 14. I may be mistaken with the age, but they were in that range where they were just getting into high school. And I thought about how you said we chase after these things, but the mother and father, you know, the siblings, everybody was doing their own thing. Everybody ate in rooms. And here we are. And when she left, all I can remember is my daughter was like, I'm sorry. I'm sorry. You know, and it was a lesson that home is absolutely where the heart is. I don't believe a happy wife, happy life. I don't believe in all that. Happy spouse, happy house. Happy spouse, happy house. I do believe that the husband is not just the husband is the house man. Like, I band all of this together. I like, we're the thermostat. The home is the temperature. Wherever we set it, that's where it's going to be. wherever we set it, we come in loving and cheerful, and we ain't let the day get to us, and we
Yeah.
can come in and to this day, my wife asked me, I've been at the same job for almost as long as I have been married, but how was your day? It was a day. And so, you know, I wanna be with
Yeah.
my family. I want to be with my wife. So if we can learn how to overlook the discontent, learn
Yeah.
how to laugh.
Yeah.
Husband and wives, y'all laugh,
Yes.
share those times, share those experiences, no matter what they are. You may not even like to do the same thing. If you don't like to do the same thing, go do your thing. I go do my thing. Then we come together and we do a thing,
Yeah.
whatever that thing is.
Yeah.
But we gotta make sure that we do a thing.
Yes. Yeah. Together.
Spend meaningful time together.
And you know what's interesting? The things that we do, the things that we did as a family, again, we never heard a whole lot, but we go for bike rides, we go for walks or
There you
whatever.
go.
And you're just talking about just the most mundane, just whatever stuff. And so my daughters are in their 20s. They come and they still want to go, hey, we're gonna go for a walk, let's go for a hike. Today, let's go for a bike ride today. Married and have their own job, but when they come here, they remember those things. They want to do that because of the way that they saw us. But I have a question I want to ask you. And so what they see is what they do.
Right, right.
You can say stuff all day long, but when they see that my wife is walking through the house and I hit on her bottom, and they're like, "Ew, that is gross. Would you please stop doing that?" Now they think it's gross, but when you get married and you do those things, you have to show them that we joke, that I love them, and so on and so forth. So what they see you do, I don't care if they say it's gross now. When you get married, you're gonna want that. You're gonna want to do those things and be silly and say, "Hey, this is my."
They say that, but that's the biggest flex you can have for your children is for mom and dad to love each other. It may
Yeah.
gross them out. I
Yeah.
mean, you got to have your limits. Now, some
Yeah.
people don't have no limits. Right?
Yeah.
All right. But to know that parents love each other.
Yeah.
A lot of parents don't. We don't experience, everybody doesn't experience that.
Do you know the older I got, the more experiences. Now it's different because I'm not in Florida. If I was in Florida, we'd be spending a lot of time or whatever. And so I'm not as connected here. I have a few friends, a few friends that that I talk to, but I'm not as connected as I was if I was in Florida. But talking to people here, I was amazed at the amount of married people who sleep in separate rooms. I grew up like my parents would get into arguments and stuff and no, I won't go there. And so there are things that I saw that I'm like, I don't want to do that. I'm not going to be that. But they always went in the same room. They did those things. And I know the lifestyles are different, and I know people are going to get mad at me for this. But I was trying to figure out, like, how does dad have his room, mom have her room, or he has the couch, and I'm gonna get a lot of pushback from this because I did not know how prevalent that was. That's a thing. It's a thing.
I wouldn't want that, but I can see how it could work.
Ooh, please talk to me, cuz. Talk to me.
And I'm just going to give you a base understanding of how it can work, because this got a lot to do with the way the bed operate. Like some people like, if you ain't got no sleep number bed, some people like a firm bed, some people like a real soft bed, or sometimes somebody might like the room real cold, somebody likes the room warm. So if there's an amicable decision that, or maybe they want to play like they dating and they in the other room, maybe that make the coming together. I don't know. I don't get down like that. But I will say this. If it works, it works.
Wow.
Are you a better couple? or is anything falling away? Like, I'm pretty sure we all, well, I don't know who all, I ain't gonna say we all grown, but me and you grown, and we the ones talking. So I mean, if you coming together and having marital bliss, I don't think that's too much of a problem. Now, if you're doing that and putting a wedge in between you and your spouse, then I think then that you're only asking for problems.
I've never heard the times I've heard it, I've never heard it being a good thing.
Being a good thing?
I've never heard it being a good thing.
Yeah. Well, and see, that's a lot of times that's somebody hanging on for the kids, or it's cheaper to keep her. You know.
What do you think about that? What do you think? What do you think? Hanging on for the kids and cheaper to keep her. What are your views on that?
Both of them are wrong. Both of them are wrong, because either way, there's nothing that we can't come back from if we want to.
Absolutely.
I feel like cheaper to keep her and doing it for the kids. It's wrong because you're sending the wrong message to the kids, because most times the kids already know something ain't right. Yes. Kids, you know, you've been a kid, I've been a kid. We listen, we hear everything. We know when mom and daddy ain't getting along. We listening while they think we sleep.
Yes.
Why they think we're doing something else. We're listening.
Yeah.
So if you're doing it for the kids, you're not fooling us. You know, as a child, I'm pretty sure that the children have an inkling. Sometimes if it's real young kids, maybe they don't know. But if your kids are in, I would say, 4th, 5th, 6th, well, now they experience you real young now. So, you know, a 3-year-old might know what's going on with y'all. Yeah. But I think that's the wrong thing to do. I think you go to therapy. You do whatever. I told a friend of mine, dude, you and your wife love each other. You all did. I don't know what happened, but get rid of the dog. If the dog is too much, get rid of the dog. Okay. If the car note is too much, get rid of the car. If the pool taking too much time to upkeeping, all right, knock the pool in, cave the pool in. But whatever you can do, try to do it, because it's vital to not just our well-being, but to our children. And I think you just fight. I mean, if you can, if there's some things that you just, you know, there's some things.
Yes.
It just ain't happening.
Yeah.
It just ain't happening. You can go all you want. You can try. It doesn't help to have one party trying.
Absolutely.
One party trying.
Absolutely.
That's a whole runway of discussions, but it does not help. But I don't think it's healthy, no, for to just stay in it because it's cheaper, or to stay in it for the children. I think you stay in it because it's what marriage is.
What about finances? Do you believe that when you get married, there's one finance?
Yeah.
Okay. I believe that too, because again, I've heard of situations, and I've seen situations where, you know, she has her money, I have my money, and so when it's time for the bills, we put it right here. And so I guess it might work for people. For me, that shows separation to me. That shows separation to me.
If you agree that, hey, I know you like to go and get your nails done, get your hair done, you know, have some money sent to that just for that. Have some money sent to that. But when you're talking about saving up thousands, and she come and say she finna go to Vegas with the ladies, what you doing? What? With what? Or whatever it may be. I just think and that's the problem with marriage, is that's not the problem with marriage. That's the problem with people who get married and don't understand what marriage is. It's one. Everything that you had, everything that I had is no longer yours or mine. it's ours. It's no longer I and me, it's us and we. We remove everything that's an individual and we make it a plural. Period. This is us. Now, if you cannot sign up to do that, then just don't get married. But the problem is, a lot of people don't have the discussions. A lot of people go to some watered down deacon in the church that's given, you know, he the marriage therapist and his marriage on rocks. You know, a lot of people don't get the right tutelage for the principles of marriage in order for marriage to actually, you know, people got to know what marriage actually look like, not based on how they grew up. But this is because a lot of people we ain't grow up like that a lot of times. Just daddy made the money. You know what I'm saying? Daddy made the money. Here go the money. Go get the bills paid. Make sure the children fed. I'm gonna keep going. You know, and it's just not like that anymore. And it should. It just should be a unit. Communication, honest. Let me throw that word in there. Honest communication is the key to staying in a lasting, loving marriage.
Absolutely.
It's not sex. It's not finances.
Nope.
It's not any of that. Because when we put the expectations on somebody and we haven't said it, we haven't sat down and agreed this is what's going to happen, and we just expecting it to happen, then there's a problem. There's a problem. I can't get mad with my wife for going to buy a $350 dress if I haven't told her, you know, all right, we need to sit back down and budget again, and like you're spending like we used to spend, but we can't now. I can't get upset with her for going to do that because I didn't communicate. I didn't sit down. I can't, like you said earlier, I can't get upset, even though most men will, when there's no physical intimacy, if I haven't given those expectations out of love. You know, hey man, we can operate like the Bible say now, and your body don't belong to you, and my body don't belong to me. So unless we touch and agree and say, I'm gonna fast for a certain time or that time for you, then come here. You know, come on. We gotta honor each other and what the other person wants in the marriage. And I think honesty is the key, man. It's a lot of broken marriages because of dishonesty.
Okay. I think people are scared of honesty. I think people are scared of honesty because it takes work. And I think honesty is not going to always feel good, because honesty means that, baby, you are doing this and I don't like it. Well, let's talk about it. Let's figure out what we're going to do. Then you get together, you come together instead of just living. I'm not going to say anything to you, and you're not going to say anything to me, because if we do, then that means that we can have a conversation. That means that I might have to change my habits. You might have to change your habits, and we don't want to do that. So let's just continue doing. I'll close my eyes and I pretend that I don't see you doing this. You close your eyes, pretend. And so, but it takes work, and sometimes it could be fun. It could be fun. It's like, well, I didn't know that, whatever. So let's start doing that. Let's start doing this.
You know how many marriages find out that they didn't know something about their spouse after several years of being married because there was no communication?
That's right.
Quit having your spouse live up to what somebody else's spouse is doing.
Right.
Quit expecting your wife to cook like Jody wife cooked.
Yeah.
You can't. If your wife ain't grow up making oxtails the way, you know, Jody grandma grew up making oxtails, then you're not gonna have oxtails like that. If you don't say to your wife, baby, you know what? Oxtails are I love oxtails. I would be, you know what? I would love if you learn how to cook oxtails. Don't tell her like Jody. Don't tell her like my mama or I found this recipe.
Or do it together. Or say, hey, let's
Can
get
we-
in the kitchen and we can figure out how to do
Found
this.
this recipe.
That's it.
Can we make the oxtails like this?
So
Can we try this?
that helped a lot with Tanya and our marriage. We cook together a lot. And it's not just cooking, because when you're cooking, you're talking about things. Don't nobody in the world gossip more than a man and his wife when they're doing stuff. And it's okay because you're one.
Right.
And so you just start talking about things, and before you know it, you have this meal because you came together, you created something. Like they come together, you create a child. You come together, you create a nest. You create a place for your children to come back home to when they're off somewhere. And when they can come in and they can feel loved and relaxed when they come into the house, you know you've done something right. When they can come in and not feel that tension, that's when you know you've done something right because you've worked at it. The kids might not like, kids not always supposed to like you all the time. There's going to be discipline. There's going to be certain things, but you can't say that I don't love you. You can't say that I don't love you because everything that I've done has been to show you that I love you. I'm not going to let you go out and stay out to 3 a.m. with whatever. It's not because I don't like you. It's because it's dangerous. And those people that you're going with are this and that. And so you don't know that now. But like my daddy always used to say, you just watch, just wait and see. Just wait and see.
Yeah.
I'm like, man, I am 16 years old. I'm not hearing what you're saying. Then you turn 30. Then you turn 40. Then you have kids. Then you go through stuff and you say, God dog it. Earl, Jenny, y'all was right.
Yeah. Yeah. This is good. I think we need to we probably need to stay on this one.
Another
for next week and dive into a few more bullet points because with marriage, it's a lot of important things that I feel like probably get left out in counseling. And some people don't go to counseling. You got marriages, they just ain't want. I don't want nobody telling me how to operate in my house. I don't want nobody telling me how my marriage should be. I don't want to listen to what this person got to say or that person got to say. Well, you know what? You need to listen to somebody.
That's right.
You need to listen to somebody. A dangerous man is a man that won't listen to anybody.
That's right. You take it to God first. You got to listen to God first, and you have to put in the time to listen to God-fearing man. You know, go to a good church, read the Bible, and not just read the Bible. Learn, figure things out. There are very specific scriptures, and there are wise men out there who can help you live and learn. And so I'm sorry, I'm just looking at the time. We've been having such a good conversation, and I apologize.
Like I said, this one gonna come back around, and we may even we'll talk. But before we leave, you know, again, I hope we're helping somebody. Like I said before, we're talking. Y'all help us with our topics if you like. Go ahead and email us at letstalkcaseymike@gmail.com. Let's talk caseymike@gmail.com. No spaces, no dash, no periods. It's all one. Let's talk caseymike@gmail.com. And we'll be back next week. We may pick back up on this one or we may go in for another one. But thank y'all for joining. Let's talk with Casey and Mike.
And just one more thing, guys. I'm sorry. So we're going to start giving you guys a few days notice to let you know what the topic is going to be. So hopefully we'll be live next week. If not, we'll let you guys know. But we're trying to get this thing going, and so we want you guys to participate. And hopefully it'll be live next week. If not, we'll do another recording. But we're going to keep working towards being live. But we love you guys. I love you, cuz, and we love you guys out there. Peace out. Love you guys.